As part of my plans to create a state that solves problems, because I believe that if we solve problems, we'll create wealth. We need to identify problems and bring solutions to them. I proposed to set up 3 directorates and 2 agencies. And the essence of this creation is that something needs to be infused in our government space so that it can take people who have such creative mindsets can find themselves within that space. But let me just talk on 2. In the course of our engagement, we'll talk on all that. I propose to set up a directorate for common sense. Now, somebody may say, directorate for common sense. Well, the truth is, common sense is actually not so common in the common sphere. There are people who have gifts. There are people so clairvoyant that they can see beyond what you're seeing. There are people like that. There are people who carry strong mental strength. There are people who do not take whatever they see hook, line, and sinker. There are people who can never be hoodwinked by a bandwagon effects. There are people who have an assertive mind. There are people who probe naturally. There are gifted people who can come up with solutions. And so if we run a government that is built on the ideals of ideology, solving problems, you see a lot of people better than me will begin to resonate with government, because this time they are seeing government as something they can use their mind to play something around and get results. It encourages that process. So I want to create a directorate of common sense and appoint a director. The essence of that directorate of common sense is to solve more problems across every sphere and life of our people. I will not claim to know it all. It's not possible. But there are people that will be smarter than me. There are people who will be better gifted than me. So when you create a directorate, even without political appointments, such persons can find themselves in government. The directorate will run as a portal, wherein if you have any ideas or any suggestion for government, any ideas that can solve problems, create wealth, increase productivity, create employment, if you have such ideas, now instead of you thinking or beating yourself as to how to start, startups are usually difficult these days, especially with big ideas. When you have such idea, just go to our directorate. You don't need to lobby anybody. You don't need to go submit to go and get one person who knows this person in government. No, a directorate of such will make government very personal to everybody. It will bring government to everybody. Like you just pick up your tab or your phone, you just open and you just meet with government. You go to the directorate and you click on several aspects that are open to you and just write or make a video of yourself and download it and upload it to the portal. We have people whose job is in the IT section that I'm proposing. Their job is just to receive such influx on a daily basis. And I also propose that we'll set up a team of people who have capacity at assuring the economic potential and the workability of the ideas that we'll be receiving just now. If your idea can solve problems, if your idea can create wealth, if your idea can increase the GDP of it, if your idea can solve our erosion problem, if your idea can solve light problem, if your idea can solve sewage problem, if your ideas can solve wastage in government, whatever idea you're coming up with, if it's the one government needs to buy from you, in which case it cannot go as an investment, government will buy it from you. I promise you, you will earn from your thoughts, But if it's the one government shouldn't buy from you, but means your idea can create huge wealth, government, if I create the kind of government, through that directorate will partner with your idea. After streamlining and ratifying, and which selects the ones that have real economic consequence, good economic consequence to the people, we will call for a meeting. And then you meet with the board. The board that was set up will do further x-rays and they'll take your ideas to much more lucid opening. They'll try to get it to a point where it becomes so simple that, okay, yeah, this falls within ambience of investment. Government will invest in it. Government will own your idea with you. Government will bring people who have lying around money into a private-public partnership. Well, we're not talking of people like the elites only. Government will create that portal. In that Directorate of Common Sense, you could go to the investment corner and register as an investor. When we check your investment sum, your lot sum, what you're willing to put into any idea that is viable, it is on that portal we'll just call you. It doesn't have to be friends of the governor or relations of the governor, or the way they run government these days is just cronies or friends. No, it doesn't have to be that way. You will register as an investor, as a potential investor on that portal. You quote your history, you quote the relevant documentation that shows you have finances, and then government will just reach out to you and like, okay, we've been able to put this together. This is what the economic reality of today portends, that if we put this out, you will make XYZ. And then if you have a portal that way, like there's 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 would-be investors, and you have like 1 million ideas, and you streamline the ideas, and you see that you can bring 100 alive in 1 year, that 100 ideas can cause serious economic rebound, can create employment. When I said in one of my videos that I can create employment to the tune of 1 million persons active job, some persons thought I was joking. I don't know how to joke. I'm not afraid of problems. I enjoy solving them. I believe if I create a government where there are several persons like me or better than me who comes in, who will do this together, everybody can be part of government. Everybody can be part of government. So investors will come into that forum, and that directorate has an agency within the directorate. The agency is just Diaspora Investment Connects. If you are a Nigerian or an Edo man living outside the country and you want to be part of the investments that is happening in Edo State, within that directorate, we're going to appoint like 10 commissioners. It will be part of a portfolio that you were a commissioner in this administration. But it's a commission that comes with service. There are people who are passionate about a cause. They just want the recognition that this is what I've done. They take up an appointment letter from government. They could be anywhere across the world, but within that directorate. They have their offices within that directorate, and they have job specifications within that directorate. And the ministries we are creating are ministries that don't even exist within the 10 ministries that I proposed just now, that will also be within that directorate. And I thought of the long-term implication of what this directorate could portend to a state such as our state. It will upscale what governance is. It will upscale governance. You can subject this to your thought process. I'm not telling you that I'm better than every other person, but I'm telling you that ideas rule the world. And if we can have a government that is centered around young people with their creative strength, there is no limit to what we can achieve as a people. We can solve problems. And we're proud to say that God has gifted us with the ideas to solve problems.